Well, I'm over at my friend Edgar's place, his hardware. This is a couple that have worked very, very hard to achieve all of this in the time that we've been here. And we've come down, we need some Hardiflex for the ceiling. And I don't want to wait for the 25 sheets, so I decided that I'll take 10. But of course, it's really not, it's not enough. A little bit too much overhang. So they are 8x4 sheets, of course. I don't want to take the whole thing of 25 sheets because it would be too much. I think too much. The thing with the Raptor is that because of the independent suspension at the back rather than the leaf spring, the limit is 650 pounds rather than the bigger load that can be taken by the leaf spring suspension. So there we are, looking at supporting the overhang of the 8x4 sheets. Still have to drive very carefully. This wasn't really planned. It's just that I know that we have workers waiting to get on with the ceiling at the back, on our back patio balcony. So I decided that I would take 10 sheets and they can deliver the other 15 later. Well, tomorrow. If they could have delivered today, I would have taken it. I would have taken that delivery fine. But they're not able to deliver today, so it's another one of those where you have to wait. I always find in all of these places that the guys are very, very good. I'll give them a tip for doing so much. You can see where the old used to be and the new is all coming here. Great big overhang so that that balcony can be opened. I really need to come and look at some of those mouldings there. We haven't been able to find architrave, the surrounding mouldings on the door frames. Haven't been able to find that. It's not a thing that's commonly fitted here, it seems. Maybe if we went into Tagbilaran, but out here in our little tin pot town, this is a taffy. We haven't got it. So that's a familiar sight there, where you can see that the building is not finished, but they will move into that as and when budget allows, and will incorporate it into this side. But meantime, all of the rebar is there ready to connect to new work, as you can see on those pillars. They've got at the right distance, they've got the protruding rebar coming out, and that will go into each course of hollow block. I don't know whether they still do it, they used to do hollow block here as well. They used to make hollow block and had, well, what for the Philippines was quite an advanced technology, but they had a big drum which it was the mix for the concrete blocks was all automatic. You can see Filipinos, they never seem to throw anything away, so an old wreck like that, which is never ever going to be used, will be left there until it rots. You can see that's a big truck there, got no driver's door on, and probably that's the good news, it'll stay there for a while and they'll get on with business. But these guys are here to load, and I think sometimes to do deliveries, but they'll work very hard to do a good service. I just find that it's very, very good, and they do it very friendly. Is that it, sir? 10? 10?
25? Pila ni? 25.
No.
But this is 14.
That's 14.
14.
Yeah, I guess, well, I'm going to end up taking 25. That's another 11 sheets to go. Hate to do that on the Raptor. The suspension on the back, it's not meant, in my mind, it's not meant to be doing this kind of thing, so we never do it normally. I did say at the office that I would take 10, but they now think that it's 25, so I'll go with it for now and take it very, very steady on the way home. So if you're a foreigner looking in on this and seeing, it will be of interest to you to see how things are done here. You go and pay up at the office, and then in this case the collection of all of the materials that you bought is very convenient. You just drive down the road here down to the bottom, and this is where all the materials are kept, so they load you up very easy. In other places, if you go into Talabon, which is a small town, but it's started off as a small town and has grown greatly, which means that there's very little parking anywhere, and so little stores that you go to seem to be tiny, but they actually are the place where you would pay, take a receipt, and then you would drive down to their warehouse, which would be in a less high rent area, is really what it's down to. So then you go in and you drive in, show your receipt, and they will then pack everything into your truck. And in the Philippines, I found that they do it happily. So you see them and they're not hating their job. Well, the more that go on there, the less I like it, really. But we'll see. I never check. I won't go through and count this. I will trust that they're going to put exactly the right number of boards on there, and I won't check it. When we were very, very busy on our charity work, we would go and receive donations through Cebuana, and Cebuana office knew us very well because we were there all the time. It's not like we are a big organization, and we would get frequent donations come in, sometimes for 5, 10 or 15 or 20, sometimes as high as 50,000 at a time, and we would go down there and they would know us very well. Well, one day, as an indication of how I think that trust does work, I know that there'll be lots out there that say it doesn't, but they called us and said that they thought that we had been overpaid by 1,000, or no, I think it was a couple of thousand, and we hadn't checked it. And so I went in there, I took them at their word, we'd been overpaid, and I gave them 2,000. That's what I was there for. When I got there, they said, no, it's not you, we found where it was. So I didn't have to pay them 2,000, but the trust was there from me to pay them what they said they believed in, with good intent, that we owed that money. I didn't question it, and they found out where it was. They could have taken that money, but they didn't. We could have argued about it, but we didn't. So that's how it can be done in the Philippines. Well, we're almost ready now. That's my pipe work there for the air conditioning, and I'll be on my way, and I've taken all the stuff myself. A steady drive home. Thanks for looking in. Don't forget to like. It does help if you even just like. Better still if you share to anybody who you think might be interested. Bye for now.